Cooking with Kya. Cooking with Kya. Cooking with Kya. Wake up and make your man some breakfast before I do. Hi everybody, I am Professor Cooking with Kya. Cooking with Kya. Cooking with Kya. Cooking with Kya. Like my name just gets slandered so much and I really don't be doing nothing. Like I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me. And I literally don't do nothing. Like nothing. I really wanted to come on here and do a 24-hour. That was the plan, to do a 24-hour. But I think I just need to get out the house for a little bit because I'm like overwhelmed right now. I'm so irritated. I literally feel chest pains right now. Like I'm not even lying. I literally feel chest pain. Like I'm so agitated. Like, and I kind of like, I really want to explain it to y'all, but I'm tired of giving people attention. Y'all don't understand how rare it is for me to cry. Like it's so rare. I hate crying. Last time I really cried was when my sister died. Ever since then, nothing really like affects me. Like nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything, like nothing affects me no more. Like it's like I have no feelings no more.
Listen, it's streaming university. He should have knew that she was gonna make content with other dudes.
I knew she was gonna make content with other dudes. I had no problem with that. Nigga, I wanted her to go up, nigga, get the exposure that she needed and go crazy. But nigga, it was just some boundaries that I wanted set, my nigga. And not trying to control her, nothing like that. Nigga, just some boundaries that to level of respect that a nigga wants. You feel me?
I'm gonna give Cooking with Kya until maybe the end of the summer before she is completely ruined. Before she completely has ruined her name, her brand, and really her newfound fame. She needs a team. You know, she needs people around her, a little older, to kind of guide her with some of the things that she say, to help her not speak on certain things, and to just teach her how to speak if she's looking to continue to be, you know, like a public figure. At one point they was rooting for her, and now that she allegedly got caught cheating on her boyfriend, this is a prime example of why men do not feel safe with women. And young ladies, I want y'all to pay attention to some of the things that Kya is doing so that y'all can learn from it. Now, when Kya got up there and expressed that, I never seen a man cry like that. Like, why you keep crying? Then you crying over him. When you say things like that, men are now going to look at you as like not a safe place. Are they going to still talk to her? Of course. Are they going to still rock with her? Of course. Are they still going to try to have sex with her? Of course. Are they still going to try to make her their girlfriend? Of course. Because there's other things that come along with that, like the spotlight, the attention, you know, just the ideal of her. They're going to still go after her, but they're not going to let their guards down with her because she has now put another man's business out there. And one thing about men, they stick to the code. All they got to see is a girl treat one dude one way, and most dudes is gonna stick to the code. This a real dude world out here. Girls, y'all like fake girls. Y'all don't stick with each other like the men stick with each other. All you gotta do is treat one dude one way, and they all following suit. Man, bro, she ain't no good, man. No, you see how she did that? Like, they don't play them type games.
This is crazy because y'all don't even be knowing what y'all saying, and the fact that Shuri posted this is so crazy to me. Because the bookings she was getting, I was negotiating them bookings. I was bringing her in more money. The 20B1s, bro, she was gonna do that 20B1 for 8K. Bro, I talked them up to $20,000, yeah? I wanted her to go up, bro. I knew what she had going on. I knew she was going viral, and I wanted her to make the best out of it. See, me, I did slow down my life. I did. I stopped streaming. I fell in love, and yeah, I want to do it all the time. Okay, I'll admit that. But it's not like I was trying to slow her down, because at the end of the day, I was trying to push her too, but I just wasn't pushing myself. And I know that's where I messed up at. But at the same time, bro, she can't, like, come on now, bro. I was helping her make way more money than she knew. I was teaching her the game, bro. I've been in the game for a long time. She went viral for her face and what she do, of course. But I was in the background teaching her the game, bro. No cap. Y'all just be talking on this app.
She wasn't robbing anyone. She wasn't scamming. She was just cooking and twerking. So why does everyone hate Cooking with Kya? From viral chef to public enemy, her rise was fast. But the fall, that hit harder. And the internet didn't stop swinging. But is Kya the villain here? Or just a girl who got caught dancing in the wrong room? Before the internet turned on her, Cooking with Kya was just a girl making food with flair. Her content wasn't complicated, home-cooked meals with a heavy dose of confidence. But it wasn't the recipes that got people talking. She'd dance, flirt with the camera, and carry herself with a level of boldness that instantly divided the internet. Some saw it as entertaining, others called it disrespectful. Either way, it worked. The controversy didn't slow her down, it made her go viral. Her name started popping up everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Reactions poured in from every angle. Entire comment sections turned into battlegrounds, one side cheering her on, the other tearing her apart. What shocked people most was that she didn't pivot. No dramatic image change, no apology tour, no sudden rebrand. While most creators chase trends or try to clean up their public image, Kya stayed exactly the same. Same kitchen, same energy, same unapologetic style. That stability made her even more unpredictable. People expected her to either crash or cash out. But she did neither. She just kept showing up, doing what she always did. Like the hate didn't matter. And maybe it didn't until someone else gave her a bigger platform. When she got the invite to join Kya Sen at Streamer University, it felt like the internet had moved on. Her numbers were stable, her name less explosive. It looked like the start of something new. But this wasn't a comeback. It was the beginning of the spiral. Streamer University was supposed to be a golden opportunity. Hosted by Kya Sen, it gathered rising personalities for content, chaos, and collaboration. For some, it was a launchpad. For Kya, it felt like redemption. Her following was still strong, but the buzz had cooled. This was her chance to prove she was more than just controversy. At first, it worked. She blended in easily, fun, energetic, camera-ready. Viewers who had forgotten her started paying attention again, and those who never liked her, even they admitted she was entertaining. The content wasn't wild, it was goofy, playful, harmless. But underneath that fun energy was a pressure building. Kya's haters hadn't vanished, they were just waiting. And during one night out, they got exactly what they wanted. The group went to a club. Not unusual. They danced, laughed, streamed, the whole thing. Kya was doing what she always did, enjoying herself in her own lane. But one moment changed everything. Another participant, a male, made contact while she was dancing. It was brief, but it was caught on camera. And that clip, it spread like wildfire. But it wasn't the clip alone that caused the explosion. It was what happened after, when her boyfriend saw it. Within minutes, he started posting. Not just one or two messages, a full-blown emotional spiral. Tweets, accusing her of betrayal, of public humiliation, of being touched 6 minutes away from him while he waited alone in a hotel. Suddenly, this wasn't a club moment. It was a public relationship crisis, streamed, clipped, and dissected by tens of thousands of viewers. And the worst part? Kya hadn't said a word yet. The internet didn't wait for context. That clip, a split-second moment of contact between Kya and another man, was all it took. No one cared that it happened in a packed club in the middle of a chaotic stream, with music blaring and lights flashing. The video went viral, but the outrage didn't center on Kya's actions. It focused on her boyfriend's reaction. While she was still out, unaware of the storm brewing, he was already online, unraveling, posting furious tweets, claiming he'd flown out just to see her, that he was sitting in a hotel while she partied a few miles away, that he'd just watched the woman he trusted get touched live in front of 50,000 people. And the internet? It ate it up. The more emotional he got, the more viral it went. Screenshots of his tweets started trending. Threads popped up accusing Kya of cheating. Comment sections turned into war zones. Everyone had an opinion, but only one narrative was spreading. She embarrassed him, and he snapped. By the time Kya realized what was happening, the damage was done. She went live on Twitch trying to explain. Her tone was calm. She said she hadn't even realized what happened in the moment, that she was surrounded by girls, focused on dancing, not paying attention. When she saw the clip, she admitted it looked bad, but she also said the guy apologized, said he was drunk, said it wasn't planned, and then she begged her chat not to take it too far. Don't start using words like assault.
Alright y'all, so basically we for the people who don't know, we went to we had a party, like we all went to like the club. Basically I was dancing with the girl. Supposedly he touched me and I had no idea. Like he touched me without me even seeing, so I was unaware of that until the chat started saying like his name, and I didn't know who he was at first, but he did just come up to me. He apologized if he did do it, which I'm not denying that he did because I've seen like a clip or whatever, but he apologized for it. No, y'all, do not start saying assault. Don't start saying that, y'all. Don't say that, don't say that. But he did apologize. He wanted to apologize on stream. He wanted to apologize to my chat for that, because yeah, like I said, he said he was drunk. I didn't know that he was like I said, I was with girls. I was with a group of girls. It was on, I was streaming the whole time. I was with a group of girls. So supposedly when he did that, he said he was like drunk or whatever. But like I said, he apologized. That's the end of it.
That one sentence made everything worse, because suddenly she wasn't just trying to clarify, she was seen as deflecting. People who had defended her before turned quiet. Others doubled down on the hate, and her boyfriend, still furious. Still tweeting, still feeling betrayed. Whatever trust had existed between them was broken, and after that stream, their relationship was over. But the internet wasn't done with her yet, because how she handled the breakup would ignite an entirely new wave of backlash. If Kya had left it there, things might have cooled down. She had addressed the situation, she'd taken a measured approach, and some fans were still giving her the benefit of the doubt, arguing that the clip was blown out of proportion, that one moment shouldn't ruin her name. But Kya didn't stop. She came back on stream days later, this time more frustrated, more emotional, and more willing to shift the blame. She didn't name him directly, but everyone knew who she was talking about. She said he overreacted, said he didn't have direction in life, that she had supported him, encouraged him, wanted more for him. And when she pulled back from the relationship, tried to focus on herself, he melted down. Then came the line that made everything worse. She mocked him for crying. And in that moment, the tide turned again. But this time, it wasn't about the club. It was about character. People who had felt bad for her started questioning her. Was this how she really saw the people closest to her? Was she downplaying someone else's feelings just because she was embarrassed?
I'm not gonna speak on his situation because I did have, I'm not gonna sit here and cap. Of course I have feelings for him. But I feel like he really did the most about this situation, and the way he's trying to slander my name like I'm a whore. First of all, if I was one, that would be embarrassing for you. Like, why would you stay with a whore? Why would you cry for a whore when she says she wants you to go get established and that she doesn't want to be in a relationship? Why would you literally cry? Okay? Like, y'all, I've never seen a man cry like that. And I'm not, men can cry. But it just got to the point where it's like, dang, like every time I tell you anything like that, like you should take, like that should be a good thing. I just want you to be established. That's all I want. Gambling is not, well, I'm not even gonna talk about that. I was respectful enough to tell him, I still want this, but I just want you to go get established. That's all I was asking for. I just want him to get established. To the point where I kept telling him, like, yo, I got so fed up. I was literally telling him, like, go hang out with boys. You have friends out here, like, get out the house. You don't gotta stay with me 24/7. Like, I don't know. I just got frustrated. It's just, yeah, I am too young. I just got frustrated of carrying the weight. Y'all, I couldn't do nothing. Like, he didn't let me do nothing. Like, oh my gosh, it was so bad.
On Twitter, clips of her streams spread like wildfire. No longer was she the misunderstood creator caught in a bad situation. Now she was being called manipulative, cold, self-centered. And her ex? He stayed quiet for a while. But when he finally responded, it wasn't with another meltdown. It was calm, it was clear, and it made things even more complicated. He said he knew she'd be making content with other guys. That wasn't the problem. He wanted her to grow, wanted her to succeed. He just didn't expect her to disrespect the relationship publicly. He wasn't trying to control her. He just wanted boundaries. And with that, the internet split again. One side argued he was being reasonable. The other said he should have never expected loyalty in an environment built for content. But in all the noise, one thing became clear. Kya wasn't just facing backlash anymore. She was facing a credibility crisis. And then came the Kai Cenat situation. Just when the backlash felt like it couldn't get worse, it did. Kai Cenat, the streamer who gave Kya a platform at Streamer University, suddenly realized he was banned from viewing her Twitch. Live on stream, he looked stunned.
Since when? Nigga, I'm banned! Wait, no. It's a feature. No, chat, look. How the fuck can you get banned from the visual screen, though? I didn't know that. That's possible? Listen, but you know how much of an annoying nigga you have to be to where, like, I would want to ban you so you can't visual, like, that's a block. Wait, that's like being blocked.
He hadn't said anything negative about her, hadn't taken sides, but now he was locked out. The internet noticed instantly. People accused Kya of biting the hand that fed her, calling her ungrateful, fake, even strategic. Why block Kai if he had nothing to do with the drama? Kya responded fast. She claimed she didn't do it, that someone she used to talk to had access to her account and blocked creators behind her back.
I did not block Kai, y'all. I did not block Kai. Somebody who I used to talk to had access to my account, and he blocked like every influencer off of my account. Y'all go tell Kai I did not ban him. I would not do that. So mad about that. I'm so weak.
All that shit happened at Streamer University. My mods, like, I don't know, like, she was, like, it was just blatant disrespect, like, I don't know, bro. So the mods started doing weird shit that I did not tell them to do. You feel me? They was banning niggas in the chat and shit like that. I did not tell them to ban nobody. I didn't ban nobody myself. So for her to get on the internet and say that I'm banning niggas out her chat, talking about her exited, bro. What the fuck? No, gang. Who did it? I have no idea, bro. But niggas banning niggas chat saying that I did it is fucking crazy. Like, I feel like every time she speak on me, like, I feel like she's trying to, like, fucking, like, I don't know, bro. Like, lying is crazy, like.
But that explanation, it only made things messier. Everyone assumed she meant her ex, and when he denied it, the blame game exploded again, now with Kai caught in the middle. A small action turned into a bigger message. Even the people trying to help her were getting pushed away. And at this point, Kaya had nowhere left to hide. By this point, Kaya wasn't trending for her content. She was trending for her downfall. Everywhere she turned online, the backlash followed. Her name became shorthand for drama. No matter what she posted, no matter what she streamed, people flooded in with the same insults. Some mocked, others dissected every move, and most didn't even wait for facts anymore. They had already picked a side. Eventually, it became too much. What started as a routine stream, something lighthearted, took a sudden turn. Viewers noticed the shift. Her energy was off. Her face looked tense, her words more distant. She was overwhelmed and it was obvious. Then without warning, she cut the stream short. No dramatic exit, no final defense, just silence. And that silence said more than any apology ever could. It wasn't content anymore. It was collapse. For weeks, people had dragged her name through every platform, calling her everything under the sun. But in that moment, the internet saw something it hadn't seen in a while. A human being shutting down under pressure. Whether you supported her or not, it was clear. The weight of it all had finally broken through the screen. It's easy to blame the internet. The comments, the trolls, the think pieces. And yes, the backlash was extreme. The hate came fast and loud. But the full story, it's more complicated. Kaya didn't just get caught in drama. In some ways, she helped shape it. Her early content leaned into controversy, not just with bold confidence, but with subtle jabs and unapologetic flair that invited people to react. And they did. When the relationship went public, she responded publicly. Sometimes emotional, sometimes dismissive. She didn't avoid confrontation. She confronted on stream, sometimes with words that only fueled the fire. And when the fallout came, she kept going, arguing, redirecting, trying to stay in control of a narrative that had long since spun out of her hands. That's what makes this story hard to untangle. Because yes, the hate went too far, but so did the way she handled it. It wasn't one mistake. It was a chain of moments, a pattern of ignoring red flags both from others and within herself, until the chaos became the content. Some viewers saw a victim of internet cruelty, others saw someone who lit the match, then panicked when the fire spread. Both can be true. In the end, this isn't just about Cooking with Kya. It's about what happens when a digital persona starts to eclipse the person behind it, when every reaction becomes content, when every misstep becomes a headline, and when the line between fame and flame burns out completely. Kya became famous by standing out, but staying in the spotlight comes at a cost. And whether she brought some of it on herself or not, the damage is real. So now the question's yours. Was this all just a storm she couldn't control? Or was the internet reacting to the version of herself she kept feeding it? Either way, the lesson is clear. Online fame may build fast, but once the backlash starts, no one gets to control how far it spreads. If you made it this far, I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Kya treated unfairly, or did she play the game too recklessly? If you like stories that break down real internet drama, hit that like button. And if you don't want to miss the next one, subscribe. We dive into stuff like this every single week.